And I've just done joined at the studio by Hajibu Chijanjalo, and for let we discuss on President Kuruma announcement we make yesterday on the general election 2018 March 7 at the country. Hajibu, good afternoon, welcome to Issue of the Day.
Good afternoon, Issues of the Day. Good afternoon, viewers.
All right, and let's come to you, Patrick. New political party join the rest of the 11, make 12 political party ahead of we 2018 presidential election. I think I get lucky and I come in and President they announced the dates of the election. And so tell me more about the National Progressive Democrat Party.
Okay, the National Progressive Democrats, we actually begin to think about this concept back in 2013, and then we try for register around 2015 early part. It took 2 years, and then no coincidence, we see the hand of God in this process, because February 14th, which happened to be the Valentine's Day, now the data one day with PPRC grant we certificate. So we thank God for that. But we are a party where we really, with basic fundamental principles, connected directly to the national fundamental principles, which are the unity, freedom, and justice. So the National Progressive Party at its core, it's to remind Sierra Leoneans that we have to get back to our basics. When the British gave us independence, these are the three principles they thought the country should be able to stand on, which is unity, freedom, and justice. And we want to promote that. Today, the last 56 years, we've had several governments, but the most prominent are the APC and the SLPP government. So the two actually have governed us twice. We've seen some progress in some areas. We've had retrogression in many areas. The progress we've seen is slow, and we know the lapses. So what we at the National Progressive Democrats want to offer the nation is a new beginning. We want to connect our founding principles to today's time and connect them with the development strategy for the nation. For example, when we talk about unity, if you look at the party symbol, it's the golden key. The gold stands for love, right? And you cannot achieve unity without love. You know, you can unify for a common purpose. We want to unify the nation. We want to unify every Sierra Leonean across tribal lines, across regional areas, for come to the common purpose for promote we country and develop this nation. You know, these three fundamental principles have been eroded, and those are the actual foundational pillars we for drive we to the 21st century. Today, we still get lost in our books them, we reflect back in the 60s. Where the British self will give you them law then they don't do away with them back in the 80s. So you ask yourself, what are our professionals doing? You understand? So the National Progressive Party has been looking into these issues deeply. And we want to be part of the national discourse. We are here to win. We're not here to be recognized. To come March 2018, we'll be at the State House.
So what will be different from in our own party with the other political parties as well, being that in our aim and objective as a political party now for go to State House come 2018 March 7?
So one major difference, so you're talking about the change factor now. I'll call it the change factor. The change factor is the two major political parties and all the other parties, they are mostly created by one man. And the very fundamental constitution of them party then is mostly flawed. You understand? The very constitution in which they are built, when you build something on a sandy foundation, it can be shaken and it can fall down. You know, they have so many loopholes for nefarious activities for take place in the party. We saw that many times within the SLPP and APC. We now, in the party constitution, for example, you cannot get whoever emerge as we leader. Right now we get an interim leader. But when we go into the convention, whoever emerges as we leader, you cannot get one person for dictate, say, I take this party to this direction. We have what we call the group of leaders concept. We're all leaders within the party. The party is formed by all of us, you know, and it's controlled by all of us equally. It's just among leaders, you tend to choose your king.
Of course.
So that is a big difference. And with democratic practice as well, as a party, what we have is the primary system. We don't have this delegate system. Because the delegate system, it creates a lot of room for dictatorial practices. We've seen that in APC and SLPP, but mostly in APC, because in APC, the delegates then just sit down and say, now this post you want for this symbol.
But I think that's make up their own constitution.
Fine.
So on your own parts, we talk about in our own party as well, in our own constitution at the end of the whole show as well. So how we not going to be different from the other political party system?
And that is what I try to point out. The change factor here, the difference is we get a primary system, then get a delegate system that is highly flawed. We create so much room for intimidation,
okay,
dictatorial tendencies.
Come back to you and we'll go for